So good afternoon to all the attendees of this session. And first of all, I would like to tell all of my attendees as well as my presenters that you have all appeared for LPU Nest in UG Design, right? So now it's the time to hear from all the presenters what all programs that you'll be seeing in your interface, what are the highlights of each interface, and what are the highlights of each program, so that you are in a better position to select the best out of those. And of course, you will be getting a view of how to select your preferences, how to go ahead with that. And now it's time to introduce the speakers of the day. We have with us Dr. Pavitra Prakash Singh Ji, Professor and Associate Dean, Lovely Professional University. He has rich and diverse experience of 25 years in industry teaching and research, a doctorate in management with double post-graduation in physics and management, having a keen interest in media, international politics, international relations, strategic management, business environment, product and brand development, and organization behavior. He has undertaken more than 175 academic and consultancy projects, authored 30 books in the field of modern business, international business, marketing services, 75 research papers in Scopus and other refereed journals. He has also received a Bharat Vidya Shromani Award from Honorable Governor of Haryana for his excellent contribution to education and industry. I welcome you, sir. We have with us Professor Bhaskar Mitra Ji, Dean and Head of School of Fashion, Lovely Professional University, a fashion alumni of National Institute of Fashion Technology, did his Masters in Business Administration and second Masters in Fashion and Textiles from Nottingham Trent University, UK. He also did his Design and Management from University of Arts, London. He's not only an academician, but also an artist with the flavor of fashion and handicraft design. He has real-time industry experience. He's also has in his credit more than 36 design consultancy projects assisting the development commissioner handicrafts under Ministry of Textile, Government of India. I welcome you, sir, as well. We have with us Mr. Vijeshwar Singh Gandhi, Assistant Professor and Head of the Department of Design School, Interior and Furniture, Product and Industry Design also. He's a post-graduation in Computer Graphics Design from University of Waikato, Bachelor of Design, Interior Design from Guru Nanak Dev University. I welcome you, sir. We have with us Dr. Chirag Sharma, Assistant Professor, Computer Science and Engineering, having 10 years of experience in Lovely Professional University. He's going to take up the eligibility, scholarship and fee structure part of today. And it's now over to Dr. P.P. Singh, sir, for his part of the presentation. And then I'll be inviting Mr. Bhaskar Mitra for his part, and then Mr. Vijeshwar, and then, of course, Dr. Chirag. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Rishi sir, and my warm welcome to all the attendees and my fellow colleagues, Bhaskar sir, Vijeshwar sir, Dr. Chirag, and thank you, Rishi sir, for starting this. I am taking care of School of Design along with my HOD Sandeep sir. So School of Design over here in I'm taking that part which is involving multimedia. So as obvious in the slide, multimedia takes care of three parts. One is the animation, graphics, and gaming. But I like to share one thing, that why this domain is more important. This domain is more important these days because a special task force has also been assigned for animation, visual effects, which is normally we call as VFX, gaming, comic and animation. In as per the Union Budget 2022, Honorable Prime Minister has announced a task force for this. That means a special focus will be given to the field which is having um, inputs from animation, graphics, and gaming. So, for this reason, these days in India, this becomes very important. And we all have gone through a history of COVID and staying back at our home and laying back on easy on our bed. And we have seen that during those days, education, because we are talking about education, those days the education was into a different kind of a scenario where we have seen that we were more of education through technology rather than the face-to-face mode. So that way around, edtech companies have come very good, very good, very effectively, and very forcefully they have come into business. And when I'm talking about edutech, I do not need to exemplify the gamification of things. We often play Citara, we often play so many games, starting from Mario to Grand Theft these days, and these all involve animation and multimedia at one platform. And at the other platform, when I'm talking about entertainment, we all must have seen Bahubali, we all must have seen Krish, we all must have seen so many Mission Impossibles kind of movies. So those all are taking certain kind of inputs from animation, graphics, gaming, visual effects, all the pipelines of multimedia. And when I'm talking about our early ages, we must have read Champak, we must have read Archies, we must have read Richie Rich. So these all things that I'm talking about, we are talking about the comic, that is the storyboard, the characterization. When we are talking about the Marvel movies, or Disney Hotstar app, when we are seeing it, we must have seen that so many Toy Story movies, so many these Avengers movies are there. These all are characterizations also. These all are visualizations also, which involves whole gamut of whole of the platform of multimedia, starting from characterization uh, to actual storyboarding, then to actual picturization, and putting them into a putting them in a right spirit over there. So that is something about my portion of School of Design, that is Department of Multimedia. I'll take you to a glass of what all at multimedia we have. Can I have the next slide, please? Can somebody help me out? Please. This is what I have exemplified: the graphic design, the animation, and the gaming is there. Can I have the next slide, please? At School of Design, we have two kind of programs. One is the undergraduate, second one is the postgraduate. When I'm talking about undergraduate, we have got two varieties. One is the B Design, second one is the BSc. B Design is a 4-year course where we have the 4th year pure specialization of the field where you wish to go. BSc is the complete mapping of 3 years of B Design. So a person who is feel that 3 years, definitely we give equal importance and equal teaching to B Design and BSc student, but few students have got the time as very important thing, so they move out towards the industry after BSc. So they can have an easy exit option after 3 years in the form of BSc Design, which again I am talking about multimedia, graphic, and gaming. The same way in PG we have two kind of PGs. One is the B Design, where the student eligibility always is only the B Design. The student from design field can only come to M Design. Then the second option is MSc Design. Anybody who has the flavor or has developed the flair of going into the field of multimedia but has done certain other graduation can join in MSc Design to understand and to have the nuances and clarity of multimedia field in over there. Can I have the next slide, please? The specializations, which are often called the specializations or the minors, we offer them clubbed into starting from game art, game design, motion graphic, print design. When we are seeing the prints, the print design, UIUX, where the user interface and user um, experiences are very important. When I'm talking about Zomato, when I'm talking about Swiggy, you see that we open the app and we start pressing. Let's say if I have to go to customer care, so how will I go to customer care? How many clicks need to be there? How many easy, how easy for me is to access that customer care kind of a thing? How beautifully that is crafted? How well single screen is giving me the experience of fullness? How I'm not complexed by the things which are offered to me. So these all are will be taken care by. This is a most upcoming and the most sort of jobs these days when we are talking about user interface and user experiences. We can talk about chatbots, we can talk about the designing of website, we can talk about designing of apps, the color mixing, the number of clicks we need to go in over there, the easiness, the readability, the symbolic kind of a thing. All these comes into that kind of a thing. Then visual effects. When we are talking about this particular thing, we can see how the background changes, or how the when the background changes, the complete scenario comes into. We shoot something in studio, but when we see it on screen, it comes as a mega effect to us. So that's always done with visual and special effects in over there. 2D and 3D animation, it's the most common basic thing that we often see in our animation thing. Can we move to, these are the specializations which are offered as a major or as a minor we can often have. Can I move to the next slide, please? The core strength of our my domain is where we have these curriculum. The crux of this part is the curriculum is 90% practical oriented. We give the teaching of concept in the theory part, but all the theory parts or all the courses, all the subjects which we are teaching are 190% of those courses. That means 100% of those courses where the practical part is there, they are completely industry based. We have an option of earn while you live, but earn while you learn. That means there is a equal opportunity and a main opportunity available with you, that you can work on live projects which are client based, which are must for you to go, which are must for you for your evaluations, and you will be accessed on that. So student do not feel alien when he joined the industry. Why? Because we have already given him all what needs to be there in industry or what will be in industry. Can I have the next, and online competition, as I have shared with you, these are common things that my students go in over here. Can I have the next slide, please? So these are the specializations are not like that. You will be taught into some kind of a one-stop shop kind of a thing. Different laboratories, different kind of a configurations of computers, different kind of a things, like starting from photography to conceptual design to painting. Now the first photograph on the column, the left column, the photograph you are seeing, these all walls are being painted by students as a part of their academic process and learning. So bigger visualization. It is not like that something on the copy or something. How that thing will look onto you, the mega picture of that particular animation, the mega picture of that field you are learning is taught over here. Camera, photography, sketching, drawing, these are, you can see in the second column on the second row on the third, on the second row on the second column, you can see a live sketch being made. A person is actually sitting on over there. You can feel the pulses, you can feel the muscles, you can see the texture, how you are going to draw into it. So everything is well equipped, starting from drawing, concept, sculpturing, clay, classical animation, acting studio, AV hall, resource, project studio, VFX, computer lab, gaming studio. We have a dedicated gaming studio over here where we teach the students the nuances of gaming in over there for developing a gaming specialization. Can I have the next slide, please? Uh, my student, as I have already told to you, the slide earlier to the last one, that my students are regularly participating in events. Geo 48 is also an international design challenge, which is being participated by all the best of the NIDs and other SIDs institutes. And over there, my students have been your fellow colleagues have been winning awards since last 2 years in a row. We have been overall winner. We have been winning gold. We have been winning silver. We have been winning bronze and over there. And overall, we are always into the first category kind of institutions. So again, going back to the point which I mentioned in the last earlier slide, that online competitions are something like that, which always gives you a live interaction with the client base. So the competition where these students participated were actually the projects given by the live company by the companies, where they created the projects, where they executed the project. So once they are writing that I have won my award and over here, the client where they are going next time, or the employer where they are going next time to seek a job, he know that they come from a ready industry trade or a industry competitive environment. So we always produce industry ready people, and also this helps them in placement and internship, because by this their portfolio increases. My dear students, or my dear listeners, audience, in multimedia, what is more important is your portfolio. Whatever you create, starting from the sketching book to something on the digital form, or something into the AV, whole of the AV form, if it is not created into a structured portfolio, whole of your work will go. So we request all the students to create their portfolios, which you can also go and see their portfolio as Bihar at Behance. This is a famous portfolio portal where you can go and see what my students have done work, your fellow colleagues have done work, and you can learn and see and appreciate the field of multimedia over there. Can I have the next slide, please? Job profiles, where basically when I do a study, so what is the best thing, or what is the first thing I'm looking for? I'm looking for where I'll be adopted. So where I'll be given an opportunity to join a job, or which kind of a portfolio, which kind of a job description, which kind of a job I'll be doing. So you can do a 3D animator, 3D modeler, digital math, texture artist, graphic, web to UI UX designer, where I have already. Example is, you often see that we often see in USA there is a huge gaming zones. So there are gaming zones where you see in a small space people are cluttered, or people are put it over there, and they keep on playing game. So one is definitely this is how that whole of the building is to be designed. Second one is how that particular game is to be designed, so that I am not losing my sight from the game. That means a game should be so good, a game should be so intriguing, a game should be so friendly with me that I am not trying to lose a connect with them. That will come into UI designer or UX designer, which I think the layout part Vijeshwar sir will take care of in the architect, or the other in the planning or the interior or the product part over there. But try to see, we create visualizers, layout and characters. Now you see the design, you see the character of Thrawn, or character of Hulk, or character of Captain America, or toy stories you see. So these all are actually creations of you people, the animators. They create that design kind of a thing. So that is also a job available for you. Definitely, many of my students have started their own business. They are executive entrepreneur. One of my students has earned almost 1 crore rupee starting his own venture, where he was given a job to join. He said, "No, I do not wish to join a job. I wish to be a job creator rather than a job searcher." He created his own company, and now he's earning 1 crore, 1 CR kind of a thing in last 2 3 years, 3 4 years. He has earned 1 CR, which is far more better than sitting at a home when you are giving employability. This is just the start of his career. So just see where he'll end after 10 years. So that's just the story I am sharing with you. Many number of other stories are available with us. Kindly on the next slide, please. These are the recruiters. So whatever we are saying, they are backed by DQ Green Gold, which is the most prominent animation company of India, Technicolor, Leadscure, Amazon, Cognizant, Tony. These companies are, these all are companies, logos of companies where my students have been put in. I still recall 5 years back, Capgemini started with us. They took 5 students of us. Amazon took 13 students last in 2018. Then 2019 they have taken these students. 2020 also they have taken these students. So that is the kind of a story and a network we have built it. That is alumni goes in over there. They are performing very good, and the next year the company again comes in to us for recruiting the students. And we always are running in shortage of students. That is with all the multimedia domain. Majority of students are well placed in their penultimate semester. That means if they are doing a 3-year course, they are already placed or interned into 5th semester, or if they are doing a 4-year course, they are already placed into a 7th or a 8th semester before the end of that particular course. Can I move to the next slide, please? Top placement offers we have already shared with 14 lakhs, 8.5 lakhs, 7.8 lakh. These are certain kind of stories where or my current students are there. But when I'm talking about my alumni, the package goes to 37 lakh rupee per annum. Am I right, Sandeep sir? 37 lakh rupee is one of the student he has got, and again that another student has got a package of almost
Very true, sir.
40 lakh. 40 lakh.
Yes, yes, yes.
They are earning this kind of a package only after the experience of 2 or 3 years. So see the growth in terms of your caliber, in terms of your money when you join multimedia as a domain. Kindly move on to the next slide, please. Next slide, please. These are live projects. When I shared with you that the students are doing 90% of the projects, 90% of the 90% of the subjects are project based. These are the examples of students where they have done live projects and what kind of a earning they have done it with that company. So you can see almost 26 kind of students where the earning has been starting from 7.5 crore, 7.5 lakh kind of a thing, to definitely 3,000 kind of a thing. So, what I am talking about, if you are good, if you have the capability, if you have the flair, if you have the hobby, if you have the charm, if you have the that kind of a courage to clear that chasm, 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 then definitely money, career, growth is not stopping you. Can I have the next slide, please? These all are live projects where the students, this is the story of that entrepreneur I was referring to. He has earned 1 crore in last 4 years, Rajat Sani. And definitely during his tenure with us, he created a 7.5 lakh kind of, just imagine, this is equivalent to your fees, more, less or more than your fees. So you are actually helping your parents by earning that kind of a money during your course. So you are not in a way taking any kind of a money from your parents. Can I have the next slide, please? These are all alumni plays, starting from Yak Nakaro, Amazon, Digitos, Tony, Capgemini, MPC, FX Pro, Green Gold, Lead Secured, Techni, Dhruva, Integra, Symbiosis, Grapes, and many more. These are just few where we wish to show you few. So we have put in a few. You can, if you try to see the first upper line, you will see half of the jobs are in UIUX. So that is the point where I was stressing in that UIUX is the most sought after field these days, and we have created a pool of around 10 courses which are specifically focused on UIUX for you. So when you move out from here, you are a definitely good UIUX person. Can I have the next slide, please? These are the international and the national projects where my students have been a part of, starting from Grand Theft, Godzilla, certain kind of animation games, Beam and others. where animation movies for students. These all are the names of the students who have been a part of our workers, who have been the workers with us, who have been a part of our team, and then they have their own credentials and they have been credited with some portion of these kind of things, whether in the characterization shape, whether in the VFX shape, whether in the other designing or UIUX kind of thing. We have our students present almost everywhere. Kindly move on to the next slide. And these are the last four are the four social media platforms where you can find us. You can write to us. I have been being Sandeep sir. You can write to us. Either of us will reply on Facebook, the Insta, the LinkedIn, or a Twitter kind of account. So these all accounts will be shared with you. You can always write to us if there are any query. You are more than welcome to write on these platform, or later on when Rishi sir gave us a time to interact with the query session, we can always take care of it. I hope this summarizes the multimedia domain into some form, and many others listenings that you will have from Bhaskar sir and Vijay sir later on. Thank you, Rishi sir. Thank you. I think I have extended time by 2 or 3 minutes. I'm sorry for it.
Not at all, sir. That was really, really very insightful presentation by you. And I hope this presentation would be fulfilling all the expectations of the participants. And quickly, we move on to Professor Bhaskar Mitra ji for his part of the presentation. And I would request Rishabh to please share the presentation. Uh, I'm giving you the necessary rights.
Okay. Thank you so much, Rishi ji, and all my colleagues, PP sir, and other colleagues. So I'll start with the School of Design. We are talking about School of Fashion Design and Technology. So talking about School of Fashion Design, it has been there in the university for almost last 15 years. So it's not a new school, it's one of the oldest school. Can you go to the next slide, please? Okay, so the building, the campus is huge of LPU, almost 650 acres of land, and out of that, we are situated in the first block. So when you enter the gate, the entrance, you first go to the fashion department. So fashion department has got two buildings. On the left-hand side, you can see block 1A, and on the right-hand side, you can see block 1B. So in block 1A, we are focused more on design process. You start with the foundation over there, and you do all sort of technical things related to fashion. When we talk about block 1B, 1B is all about talking about playing with textile, making a fabric, color compositions. Then you play with in different labs. There are different labs to dye the fabric, to see the compositions, to see the weight, the GSM. Then we talk about weaving. There's a lot of block printing unit is also there. Weaving unit is also there. So we have got knitting labs. We have got testing labs. So all these textile related labs are in your right side building, that is called 1B. And these are in the first block where there's a hospital and entrance to the gate. So, and it's a huge space, very green gardens, a lot of gardens are there. You can play around with it, you can hang out, you can have good times to think, because for creative people, you need a beautiful campus, a good infrastructure. These are the basic necessities, because you are a designer, or you would like to be a designer, you are an artist. That's why you are coming here at LPU. So definitely, being an artist, from childhood only, you have got that panache of keeping your room clean in an artistic way, color your wall. No? So you need something good, where your good thoughts can come out. So for you, the first thing is we are giving you a brilliant campus where you can think about your good designs, you can do creative thinking, you can talk to your friends, you can talk to your colleagues, your professors, and this is the kind of infrastructure that we call international platform that we are giving. It is compared to any university in the world, you can see the infrastructure is one of the best in India. Next slide, please. Okay, so talking about ranking, so you should know that you're coming to LPU. So LPU has been #3 in India in terms of total ranking of institutions on innovative achievements. And presently, as per Times Now ranking, we are in 27th rank in India, which includes IIT and IIM also. So you see that NIRF ranking 2021, LPU is ranked top 100 universities and colleges. Z News ranking, we are in 11th best university in placement. So in terms of ranking and global scenario, LPUs have been doing brilliant, and School of Fashion Design definitely also not stepping back, but also stepping ahead, that we are ranked 6th in best institutions in India and first in Punjab as per Outlook Care iCare ranking. So why this ranking is so important? This ranking is important because you can immediately make out that you're investing so much of money, and in front of you there are so many colleges which is giving you fashion design program. But which one to choose, and how do you decide that this is one of the best college? It's not about how they are doing the fashion show. It's not about how many celebrities are coming. It's more important to identify a college just because of ranking. And ranking is not given by anyone else. These are specialist bodies which is there to identify the best college where education can be given to the students and you can create a big bright future. So definitely whenever you're looking for any good college, you should always go for the ranking first, because this is an identification of where you're going. This is the first identification. Thank you. Next. So we talk about vision of School of Fashion. So there are a lot of colleges in India and abroad. So what is the vision? To create out a position of leading design school. We're always going ahead to prove that our students are doing one of the best designs in the campus, and globally recognized for inculcating design thinking, creativity, entrepreneurship, inspiring proficiency in technology and marketing skills, along with sustainability concerns, why it's possible. So you see, the vision has got the skills, the vision has the sustainable factor, which is one of the global factor in the world. So you have to understand that with this vision, you would love to work in areas where we would always think about the environment. We would always think about the skills that you need at present, because pre-COVID, different skill set was required. Post-COVID, you need something which is absolutely the opposite. You have to be more connected with digitally. So you see the need of the industry is absolutely different. So our vision definitely connects with this pre and post-COVID, and definitely the global factors, which is the global factor, the global challenges, where every university, every citizen from every country is concerned. Why? Because we are having, the climate change, pollutions, correct? So these are the factors which are coming more and more. The resources are getting less. So definitely, as a student who is coming to LPU, the first thing is you should connect with the vision that this is what you should do down the line 5 years. And it is not the vision of only LPU. The LPU vision is going with the global vision, and that is very important. And that's why we are in the world ranking. Thank you. Next. Okay, so we speak about the core strength of the school. What is the core strength? Definitely, as Professor PP sir was talking about, 90% practical skills and work that is given to students. Definitely, similar things are also happening in All schools, all design schools, and also fashion is living. You know that in fashion, there are hardly any books that you get it in the market related to subjects. It's all about practical experience that you gain from the faculty and the practical experience that you gain from yourself through practice. And definitely books, internet, other resources are always there. But unless and until you don't practice, you are not going to become one of the best. So practice makes a man perfect. Similar goes with fashion. So we talk about the updated curriculum with the industry. So definitely when you see the curriculum of LPU fashion department, our syllabus curriculum always changing, always getting updated. Changing means always getting updated. Why? Because if you're taking admission today, after 4 years, you'll be landing in the industry. So if your syllabus is not up to the mark, then you will deliver something which is outdated, which is obsolete. So our infrastructure, our syllabus, industry collaborations, live projects, placements, exposure to international platforms, everything is updated every semester. So you don't have to worry about that. You would get some job which is of a new profile and you get immediately connected. Then we talk about practice on industry relevant technologies. Definitely this world is all about technology, digital innovations. So design, innovation and technology, this is the future. So if you really would like to work as a fashion designer, you have to understand that this is very important to understand that where this world is moving. Today, there are a lot of jobs, opportunities which has been created sitting at home. Digitally, you can do it. There are a lot of softwares which has come where you can immediately download it for free of cost for a trial of 1 month. You practice it and you get a job immediately. And this is how you earn your pocket money. So knowledge is free today. Knowledge is free today. Maybe they are giving trial for a 1 month. They're charging after 1 month. But this would also be there in future that they will give you for a trial only forever. Why? Because future, the knowledge is free. So why you are coming to LPU Fashion? We give you experience that you cannot get through internet or Google or through any online resources which is available in the internet. So why you are going to come to LPU Fashion? Because you get experience, and that experience is your own identity. That is your portfolio. And if you experience it, if you document it through a portfolio, you get immediately accepted in the industry. You get immediately started with your own business. People would love to work with you. You can start your own brand. You can start with your own creative collections. You can do a lot of things that you have never imagined. So we talk about earn while you learn. So this earn while you learn is for every department at LPU. And in fashion, people are earning a lot of their pocket money through this plus point that we have in the university. So they are doing illustrations, they go for a photography, they go for webinar sessions, they go for industrial projects, they go for live projects. So there are so many options that students are having opportunity to earn money while they learn here. So you can see that earning and learning, or learning and earning, goes parallelly. And it is very important to understand the value of money. If you understand the value of money, tomorrow you are going to make your own identity in the industry, because industry needs people who knows the value of time, and the value of time who knows the value of money. So time is money. We talk about regular industry oriented guest lectures, workshops, events. Normally this happens everywhere in every design college. So how we are different? So this normally what happens, these guest lectures and workshops, we normally do it with the industrial experts. So when you go to the internships, you have a good experience, but we call the industrial people in the campus itself. Or there are a lot of master classes which is happening online. There are a lot of industrial mentors So normally you get an industrial mentor in the second or the third year, so that they can guide you as a third umpire, that okay, fine, whatever colleges are doing it, let them do it. But as a third observer, they always guide you in terms of a holistic development. So you develop yourself in such a way so that you would be accepted in several job profiles which is open now, post COVID. It might be in digital, it might be editing, it might be illustrations, it might be pattern making, cutting, stitching, it might be makeup, it might be modeling, it might be designer, it might be a technical person, it might be so many things. So in fashion, you see, it's one of the biggest industry in India. So the first industry is the agriculture, which is creating revenue for India. India is known for agriculture. Second comes the textile, and third comes the IT. So you could understand the potential of textile and fashion industry, which is second for revenue generation in India after agriculture. Then comes the third, is the IT. So you can imagine that so many options, so many things which are happening in the world globally. There's so much of investment which is done by the government. It all because of the future generations, because of you guys. You are going to understand, you're going to have a good education, you're going to have a good technical knowledge. So this is the future where you land up a good industry, a good job. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. So we talk about programs offered. Programs offered are in front of you. We start with diploma programs after 10th. So if you're a 10th pass student, you're giving LPU Nest and you pass out, you get into diploma. But if you think that you would like to get a degree, there's a dual degree after diploma. Finishing your 3 years, you can immediately connect to second year of B design, that is the 4 years. So you enter into second year. So normally diploma and dual degree is 6 years. Then we talk about international credit transfer options. Only fashion has 2+2 option for you. If you really would like to go have an international exposure, you have the chance from LPU fashion to go abroad in the third and the fourth year. And you choose any university because you have got tie-ups with more than 200+ universities and more than 50 to 60 countries. And in fashion, we talk about, we have got connection with Italy, we have got connection with Australia, USA, France, UK. You can choose best colleges from these countries and you can go. To name a few, yes, definitely NABA, Domus, Nottingham Trent University, Derby, Curtin University. All these international platforms are for you to have your option abroad from third and fourth year. And always you get extension of your visa to work there for another extra 2 years. So whatever you invest, you always get it back. And if you're lucky enough to get a job permit from an industry from abroad, you can get a citizenship also after a specific time period. So it all depends on you how you plan your career through LPU. So LPU doesn't stop only inside the classroom. It is more with the global factor. You stay here and think about it, how you connect with the world. Then we talk about, you have got BSc for 3 years, B Design for 4 years. Then we come to the postgraduate. You also have a lateral entry in B Design, that is of 3 years. Lateral entry for BSc Fashion is 2 years. Postgraduate program, you have got MSc and M Design. M Design is all about research on designing. MSc is all about talking about technology, talking about production, marketing. So these students can come from any discipline. But M Design student has to have a bachelor degree on design. So you should be very clear that if you really would like to go for explorations, and if you're not from fashion background, we have got an option for master degree students that you can come to MSc and take participation for 2 years and make your career here. And definitely the doctoral programs, we also have PhD for 3 years. Thank you. Next slide. Next slide, please. So let us come to directly the international study tours that we have. So when we talk about fashion, so fashion, the fashion capital that inspires you is Paris, Milan, London, New York, Tokyo, Dubai. These are the places where you think, yes, there's really fashion has been there, and the forecasting and the trend which is happening is coming from all those beautiful cities. Correct? So Paris has been known for fashion for so long, for ages. You would go talk about Milan, if you open fashion TV, everything you get it over there. So that's the fashion capital. So that's the dream for everyone, to reach and understand and see, to talk to those people, that how they deal with fashion, the real fashion which is happening. And LPU fashion has definitely given a chance to every student to go to Paris and Milan and interact with those people, the designers, the faculties, the students, how they think about fashion in that level. So you are learning at LPU, but you can think of going to Paris and Milan at the same time. And this is what we have been doing from 2019. 2019, we have taken almost 11 to 12 students over there, and they had their dream fulfilled going to Paris and Milan. So this is for every designer and every student. So if you have your dream, think big, is what LPU says. Think big, not just about fashion, but to take fashion to Paris and Milan, the fashion capital. Next slide. Thank you. Next slide, please. So that's why I've said that we are connected to a lot of countries in Europe, Australia, America, and every continent is connected with LPU so well. And almost so many alumni are there studying and working in different countries. You can see the pictures. It is self-explanatory that how students have been interacting over there with their faculties, with their labs, with their students, and they are so friendly. You learn fashion without putting much of your mind to it, because fashion is all about exposure. Fashion is all about experience. See, if you experience and if you get the exposure, definitely you can have that knowledge quickly. So it all senses, the 5 senses work so easily. Thank you. Next slide, please. Okay, so not just going to Milan, but also students have an option of going there, having short-term programs, whatever you think you would like to do it, in terms of marketing, in terms of designing, in terms of photography, in terms of styling. So there are more than 500 programs from there you can choose, and you can go for your dream come true. And after that, the students get credit transfer. So they get 3 or 4, it depends on how much of time you spend over there. And those credits are added, value added credits in your certificate when you get a degree. Okay, so it's not just about certificate, but also credit and also experience and your exposure. Next slide, please. So you talk about Domus, you talk about Derby, Curtin, NABA, Birmingham City University, Nottingham Training University, Business School of Washington. So all these options are there, not just about only learning design, but also for marketing, for business, for analytics, for social media, for digital media. And there are so many options which are coming nowadays. So you have to be absolutely on your toes, that you should be ready to accept the challenges and to go ahead with whatever industry need is required. Next slide. Now it is not just about you're going there. Foreign faculties are there in your university fashion department. It is not just that you spend money, go there, and meet them. They also come here. They stay here. So a lot of foreign faculties are part of regular faculties at LPU Fashion. So we talk about Professor Maria. She has been there for so many years at LPU. So you have a chance to stay to talk to them, because Maria has been one of the professor from Germany, and she has worked with big brands in Paris. So she was there for 23 years in Paris. All those fashion streets that you see in Paris is so gripped by Professor Maria, and she knows everything. So she is a technical designer here. Technical designer means cutting, stitching, making those beautiful gowns, the Versace, Armani types. You get beautiful fabrics, and a woman is going to look sexy and beautiful. This is what is all about. Fashion is all about this. That's why people come to you, so that they should look beautiful, whatever sizes, whatever heights they have, whatever complexion they have. But your duty is to make them beautiful. That's the first priority of a designer. Now next come to Professor Aftab. He is from UK, and he has been dealing with so many fashion design colleges. So he is there as a person who is digitally helping us out in digital marketing, social media marketing, giving exposure to students in UK. We are talking about Professor Catherine. Catherine is a beautiful lady with that panache of fashion, and she has got that style from the British. So you have a chance to deal with a British designer. You have got a chance to deal with a German designer. Now we talk about Professor Isabelle Molin. She is a French lady. Also, you have got a chance to deal with a French designer. So you see, fashion at LPU is not just about sending students abroad, but getting the people in the team, in your faculty team, where you can always interact with them. You can understand the psychology of what is design, what is fashion from France, what is fashion from United Kingdom, what is fashion from Germany. So the more you stay with them, the more you get connected, the more you do live projects with them, the more you get exposure. And this is what we are calling about experience, that you never get it in anywhere in the open media. Next slide, please. So it is not just about foreign and global exposure. Let us come back to the country. You see, there are a lot of consultancy projects that our faculty is doing it. And these consultancy projects are all connected to craft area, remote areas, villages, where you go there, sit with your faculties, and you deal with the villagers, the remote people, where they've got beautiful sense of design. But the design has to get commercialized, well presented, and well sellable. So production oriented products you can always go for, so that you can really understand that India has got the beauty in craft sector. India has the beauty in textile sector. And these are very much appreciated by the international market. This is your strength. And if you don't know the strength, you will never become a good designer just by making a beautiful gown or a dress. And don't just think about Paris, because if you go to Paris, Paris people always look for the real fashion of India. That's why we talk about Rahul Mishra, who has been participating in Paris Fashion Week 2 times in a year. So you all know Rahul Mishra. Why he is participating? Because he has been accepted by French government as a guest, so that he can showcase his craftsmanship, what he is developing in India, where they don't find it in Europe or America. So that's the beauty. So the handcrafted luxury that you get it from the rural areas, the villages, always appreciated in the international market. So don't forget that LPU Fashion is also focusing on the rural areas, the villages, where you get the real beauty of design. Next slide, please. Next slide. Okay. So we come to this short-term program. So you see, during COVID also, there were a lot of workshops which has happened. You can understand that how this fashion would be run during online classes. So that was a challenge for everyone. So what we did a lot of such kind of workshops, certificate programs that we have done for our students, and they have got a chance to sit at home and work on a lot of coloring, fabric dyeing, creating products with your hand, whatever is available at home. So during COVID also, our students have created beautiful products which is in front of you. The dresses, the mask, the headgears. So everything they can create from their old clothes. The color that they develop is from haldi, turmeric, the coffee, the chai, and whatever you have at home, you use it, and this is how you develop without any chemical, without any extra burden, without going to the market. And this is how they have developed. So our students and faculties are always exploring to the maximum, that from minimum how much they can come out with the maximum output, and this is what they have done it. And students have really gained a lot of experience even during COVID. Thank you. Next slide. And we have got a lot of industrial people who are coming and guiding even through online, because after COVID you have got this flavor of digital India. So what this digital India is doing, bringing you closer to each other. Suppose you don't reach to Paris, so Paris people will reach you through online. You don't reach to Delhi. If you are in Patna, your Delhi people are going to reach to Patna through digital. So this is the plus point of COVID that we have taken. In fact, everyone has taken. In fact, your schooling was done in the similar manner. But this is how you enjoy even for fashion design, and you've created beautiful products. You see, when there was no COVID, it was pre-COVID, Delhi Times Fashion Week. They were dealing with celebrity fashion stylists like Mr. Harsh Kullar. On the lower side, right-hand side, you can see the gentleman, the handsome guy who is there. He has been the celebrity stylist for a longer time, and he is my student from the other college. So definitely you see that the celebrity stylist, the designers they're meeting, they're having industrial exposure. So all these are going to definitely help you out to grow a lot. Next slide, please. You can see the views of the shows, what kind of garments they're making, what is the level of fashion show we are having. Finally, even for third year also, we give them opportunities. Even for any year, if you would like to showcase your garment, you are always welcome. So we don't just focus on design collection. Design collection is for every year, and you have got a chance. This national platform is created for students to give you the best that you can get in your life, along with other designers. So in this fashion shows, there are designers like Narendra Kumar, who is so famous for menswear. Designers like Ritu Berry, who has been famous internationally. So these designers were participating in this platform, and you have got a chance to meet them. And this event was not just for an hour or two, it is for 3 days event. Students stayed there in Delhi, they enjoyed, they met with the designers, the industry experts. So this is the kind of experience that we are talking about. Thank you. Next slide. You can always see the beautiful garments which has been created. These are all brilliant students who already got placed in the industry. Next. Okay, so let us come to the thrust area, the core area that this department is working on. We are talking about innovation and research. We are talking about diversification of products. We are talking about quality awareness. We are talking about growth of productivity. We are talking about sustainable fashion, marketing and retail, also luxury, and not to leave the digital world, which is 3D and smart textile. So 3D and smart textile, along with nano and technical textile, which is the future for you, and which has been happening at LPU, because LPU has been ranked based on research also. So many patents, so many publications, so many books. Why? Because this is an universe, and you not just cater to fashion, you cater to every damn things that is happening, and that is the requirement of the industry, because industry will only take those people who has got a holistic development in their 4 years or 3 years or 2 years of their career, not just who knows only and only design. Next slide, please. Yes, so when we talk about Fashion Design Council of India, definitely Fashion Design Council of India is one of the body for fashion where more than 500 designers are associated, and LPU is one of them. You get a chance every season to participate in Fashion Design Council of India. And under FDCI, we have got Lotus Makeup Fashion Week, we have got Amazon India Fashion Week, we have got a lot of other fashion weeks which are associated with Fashion Design Council of India. And also Indian Couture Week, which is happening in New Delhi. So maximum these shows are in Delhi and Mumbai. So during COVID, our students had the chance to interact with every designers for a 5-day show, and there were not less than 100 designers. They interacted with them, they had a master class, you get a lot of assignments, and definitely you get certificates also. But when pre-COVID, students, or maybe if the situation is good, you are always getting a chance to go to Delhi or Mumbai, stay there for 5 days, and get a chance to interact with the industrial people during this show 2 times in a year. So this is one of the dream come true for you as a fashion student to interact with celebrity stylists, designers, where it's the hub. So you see that there are a lot of experience that you get. It's not just classroom teaching. So if you don't get an exposure, you don't learn. Thank you. Next slide.
So Bhaskar, I would like to request you to be a little more quick because we have another presentation
Okay.
lined up. Due to dearth of time,
Sure.
we have to close the session also.
Sure.
Yeah.
So we talk about infrastructure. Infrastructure, you are always known that LPU has been one of the best in infrastructure. We have got Mac Lab, Display, Aviation Lab, Photography Studio. We talk about Government Constructions Lab, Resource Center, and then we talk about Dyeing and Printing Lab. So all these are in those 2 buildings that you have seen in the first slide. Next slide, please. We talk about the exposure when we give it to students. It's also not about only labs, but what is there inside the lab, the machineries, the equipments, which is very important for you. And all these machineries are industrial based machineries. So whatever you see in the industry exactly has been there in the lab, so that at least in the basic level you understand what is needed in the industry as per your job requirement or profile. Yes, so we have got laser cutting machines, we have got weaving machines, we have got 12-bladed automatic embroidery machines. So you name a machine, it's there. Next slide, please. We have spoken about different designers interacting with different designers like Rahul Mishra, Rajesh Pratap Singh, Vandana Tiwari, then David Abraham. Then we talk about Anurag Gupta, so Ashish Soni. All these designers has been coming, online and offline both. Yeah, next. Next slide, please. Definitely, we talk about career paths. I've already explained the career path. So you can do a corporate job, you can do higher studies, you can go for research, entrepreneurship, you study abroad, and there are a lot of options for you in the market if you are really working hard. Thank you. Next slide, please. Definitely, we talk about brands. So there are more than 100 brands which are associated with fashion department. To name a few, we talk about Amazon, Trident Group, Shopper Stop, Armani Exchange, H&M, Aditya Birla Group, Reliance, Coach. So there are a lot of luxury brands like Michael Kors, Coach, semi-premium, premium brands like Marks and Spencer, Zara. So these are very few names that I'm sharing with you, but there are more than 100 companies where our students are associated as a designer or in other profiles. Yeah, next slide, please. So I have to run fast. So I have to quickly run through these slides. Talk about placements. So there are 100+ in placements. So this year we have got students who the highest package is almost 16 lakhs and 15 lakhs. And we have got students with average package of 2.5 to 3.5 lakhs. Medium segment, if you talk about, you get a package of 5 to 7 lakhs. So we have got 3 brackets starting from 2.5 lakhs as average package to 3.5 lakhs. 6 to 7 lakhs mid package, and maximum package the students are getting. It all depends on your profile, your interview, how you crack it, or your portfolio, and definitely the highest package goes to 16 lakhs. Thank you. Next slide. It's the same. Thank you. Next slide. Yeah, to name a few, Bhaskar Raj Chauhan, who has passed out in 21 last year only. So he's getting 6 lakhs now, but he got an interview yesterday only with an offer of 7.5 to 8 lakhs. So it's always depending on you, how you improve yourself and maximize your package, because we are not just working with present student, but we are working with alumni to give them the best platform. And he has been there. He has got a skill of Flow 3D, which is there in the market. So Flow 3D is a new software like UX UI. So in fashion, if you know that, you get a brilliant job apart from whatever you have been taught in 4 years. Next slide, please. International placements also. So you see in the left-hand side, Nike, this guy is getting almost 16, 17 lakhs with Nike. And he recently got the job in December last year. And the right-hand side girl also getting 14 lakhs. And she is pass out, and she got the job even in, I think, this year, January. So you can see this job and placements and paid internships are always going throughout the year. So whenever you get an opportunity, we give you a platform. We talk about entrepreneurships. So fashion is all about building your own brand, building your own portfolio. So we are also creating entrepreneurships. So people are like Suman Handa, Benodita Das, Lalrin Parit. So these are all people who have started their brands 3 to 4 or 5 years back. And they're having the revenue of almost 1 crore presently. So you can always think of starting your brand, starting your own level, which can fetch you. And for that also, LPU is facilitating and guiding you to start your brand from the scratch. Yeah, next slide, please. Earn while you learn. So we have got a brand of our own under LPU, which is called Unifashions. So under Unifashions, we have got store, we have got sampling unit where you develop your products and start selling it from the second year itself. So once you finish your foundation, you start your own level, you create your own level, you get it registered, you build your own brand, you build your own websites, you create beautiful designs and start selling it. So you start earning it from the second year itself. Research we talk about. So how we are standing, with research as a fashion department. We have got more than 400 copyrights, 100 copyrights published, 150. We have got 50 patents applied and 21 patents we have published already. So you can see any fashion college in India who is talking about copyrights, these intellectual property rights. So we are talking about patents, publishing books. All these are students' work. So whatever we do, students and faculties, they club together and they come out with, they send their work to the IPR cell. And definitely if they see that it's your work, which is different, you get a certificate. So we have our students with almost 5 to 10 certificates in 4 years from Government of India. So these certificates are not from LPU. They get it from Government of India, from the IPR cell ministry, where you say that, yes, I also have the knowledge of the intellectual property rights, which is very much necessary. Because tomorrow you go to the market, your designs are taken by other designers in their own name, and you are screwed at that time. You don't have anything of your own. So LPU gives you a platform in that level also to protect your work before you leave college. So I hope you have got all the information from this department. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rishiji, for taking this time. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much, sir. For a little while, we were somewhere in the world where you took us for some time. It was really, really very insightful. Thank you so much. And quickly, we move on to Vijeshwar, sir, for his part of the presentation. And Vijeshwar, sir, I would request you to be really, really quick. We have already spent a little more time as promised. Yeah. So can you put on your mic, please?
Yes, yes, please.
Yeah.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Little more quick. Yeah.
Definitely, definitely. So the presentation that we were actually doing ultimately was to understand the creative field is very important from the perspective of these some of the points which I just sum up here. Like it gives you your creative outlets are on. You have to you do it gives you a opportunity to work on hands-on. It lets you think out of the box. It lets you experience things. It lets you experience ideas, inspiration, thinking. So since I am from this school of design where I'm taking care of interior and product design, both the domains, interior and furniture design is one, and product and industrial design is another. So one of these things that we have already gone through the accreditations and tie-ups that we have with UGC, AIU, NCTE, ITPI, and Fashion Design Council and COA, and some of the rankings that everybody has talked about. So LPU has this 36th rank, then second rank in the and impact rankings, then 12th, and these are some of the important rankings that we have. Then we have already gone through the infrastructure in the previous discussions with the fashion department as well as animation department. So we understand that we have the central library, we have Mac labs, we have auditoriums, innovation studios. Innovation studios are certain places where product designers, interior design students, and furniture design students, they get to work on the machines which are used in the industry level machines. So these are some of the parts and parcels which the university provides you with. We have an amphitheater, museums, and display centers, and all this. So the auditorium with the strength of more than 3,000 people. We also have Uni Hospital, convenience store, Uni Mall. Mall is inside this our university, which gives you access to your daily needs and other things, convenience. And if you have health related, Uni Hospital is there for cultural clubs to promote the cultural activities, student residences where you can just stay at the heart of the campus itself. I mean, LPU has lots to offer while doing all of these activities. So in-house bowling complex is there. So other sport activities, swimming, tennis, basketball, shooting, skating, judo, karate, indoor, outdoor games, they are all a part of it. And we also have diversity, unity in diversity. Likewise, we have India. So India, we have students from all states of India. So we also celebrate this. There are two national annually two programs that we do is one is called this One India. The other is called One World. One India and One World we celebrate where in One India all the participants from different countries they participate and in One World everybody from different parts of the world, so students from Africa or other parts, UK and others, they also participate in there. So some of the briefs. Now, these are already that I'm doing, I'm telling you that I'm taking care of interior and furniture as well as product and industrial design, these two. So the vision of interior and product design domain is that we would like to carve out a position in leading as a leading design school, globally recognized for inculcating design thinking, which is very important part. Design thinking, design thinking. I don't want to go too much elaborate, but let me tell you, design thinking is if your thought process is right, you're thinking in a innovative manner, or you are asked to understand certain things in certain ways, apply certain methodologies, and do certain research work, specific things to get to the core of the things. That is all that which we can also call as design thinking. So it also means that what the whole design means, what art means, what design means, what craft means, and so on. So creativity, it's a creative field entrepreneurship, inspiring proficiency in technology. So we have the state-of-the-art labs, state-of-the-art softwares for the students who can just do hands-on practice. Marketing skills along with sustainability concerns. Just sustainability is a big picture these days. So mission is again hands-on skills, as I already discussed, creative and research-based visualization, global socio-cultural trends and concerns. So we have to address the socio-cultural trends and concerns. Like recently, there is a war going on in the Ukraine-Russia war. Everybody knows about it. So we try to get into the crux of those things and how it is going to affect the design world, what will be the implications and further other things, what other further requirements are there in the field of product, in the field of design, furniture, interior, anything. And it does affect. And you will ultimately understand how these all things come together when we study. So regular visiting faculty from industry, they come, they do rigorous design studios with the students. Passion for research and debate we have among our faculty as well as our students. We have practical exposure in live projects. So whatever we do is always with hands. If there are certain photographs, I'll just make you go through those. Before I make you go through those, these are some of the programs offered, UG and PG. So undergraduate, we have 4 degree programs also, as well as 3 years degrees also. 3 years is normally called as BSc. 4 years is called as B Design. Lateral entries are also available, like student has done diploma somewhere or has some experience from a very good reputed industry experience company. So they can also come in the second year. So the B Design in that case becomes 3 years course and BSc becomes a 2 year course. So it is a lateral entry. Lateral entry means the first year is waived off, second year you can join in. Masters, in masters we again have these 2 years programs in interior and furniture design, product and industrial design, and we also have MSc in interior and furniture design. MSc is for the students who are from a different background. And after post graduation, we do have PhD in design, which is part-time and full-time available. Then interior and product design may core strengths. Now look at the photographs on the side. This is our own faculty. These are our own labs in the basement. So we have all the advanced state-of-the-art tools, wood, universal wood cutting machines and everything else. These are the classrooms. Some of the students who are visiting Ashok Leyland for understanding the manufacturing processes, production processes. This is also project, live consultancy kind of a project that was done here at the university, experimental in case. Now, these are some of the clips of niche conferences, international conferences that we have been a part of. So if we just go through the whole of the thing, it is again that we have well-equipped studios, workshops, industry relevant software, premium design institutes from faculties are from premier and design institutes. Then guest lectures, workshops are done by industry people. So I have gone through the whole thing as a short note. The major crux of all this thing is you are also evaluated by industry people from second year onwards. Like if you plan to get into interior and furniture or product industrial, from second year onwards, people from industry, they come here who are of very good repute. They understand your design, they critique your design, and they will tell you what to do and what not to do. So they will guide you along the way. These are some of the very core parts, and they come to teach also in between. They come for workshops, they come for guest lectures. So hence the photographs here. These is this kind of workshop. Now certain departmental electives or general electives. Now you will understand it as a part electives, which is a very universal name, elective. Elective is something that student is doing a whole program and they have a choice to choose that they can get a little more exposure in, for example, UI/UX design or set design, toy design or interaction design or AR/VR and 3ds Max and transportation and game design. So these are a part and parcel of our curriculum here. So industrial designer, while doing the industrial design degree, can also have an elective chosen in the toy design. So he can have the extra skill of learning about toy design or transportation or game design and AR, VR and UI/UX, which are the very uh, required in the current scenario, current situation. Because of this COVID situation, everybody has shifted online. Everybody, we are also doing this online. So because of this online facilities, AR, VR and UI/UX have actually got a boom in the market. And interaction designers, we are also producing from product designers, they are also interaction design. I'm also teaching interaction design in my design studio classes. So students get this extra punch, extra knowledge, extra information where they can utilize the whole design information and they can just get into these fields. Recently, one of our students got selected at a 12 lakh package and he is still to complete his degree. So per annum. So it's like 1 lakh per month. Now, some of the if we talk about the design programs provide the students with innovative solutions, practical skills, lectures, workshops, seminars, which I have discussed. This is important as design registered under IPR. So intellectual property is something I cannot give you an idea of teaching, but intellectual property is that I have, for example, made this design. One of our faculty, Tondon Sana Singh, he has made this design now. He has patented it under, registered it under his name, which means the company, any other company cannot produce it without prior information. So there are certain parts and parcels of IPR which we can go through later on when we study these kinds of things. So there are some legal hassles, how the design goes into the production, if somebody has to make, not make, and other things. And then some of the glimpses of the conferences, international conferences, where people come from USA, UK, abroad, any name, any European continent, and the Asia Pacific, everywhere. People come from all over. We every year we have people from different places. So they come interact with the students, which was a good part. This is important here. These are some of the student work examples. Here you can see this is one of the students who is creating UIUX, and here is the kettle design. I cannot go too much in detail. I can just discuss one of the design, like for example, door handle sanitizer, because this is quite important from the current scenario. Like we were having going through this COVID time period. So this was also done under Center for the Design Registration Patenting. So this is a door handle innovative that the student designed, that once somebody uses this, so automatically it kills the COVID bacteria. So these are some of the innovative design solutions that people were working on. They are very simple, but the technicalities are also involved, which we teach definitely. Some of the other design products, design projects by the students, the product like umbrella, sharpener, and a lamp. These are some of the designs, and the table. These are some of the student work in 3D renders, as well as people. We do also make prototypes in the workshops we have. This is one of the very important student work, which we are also putting under the largest shoe manufacturer company, Aqualite, under like them. So student is working. If this is adaptive shoe, like for example, old people, they cannot bend. People do not want to, put hand around the shoe. So this is an adaptive shoe that you can just put your, it will open up, you put your feet inside it, it will cross. So it requires a lot of research work, for example, in the field of mathematics, as well as design, as well as material. So we understand material, we understand the properties, we understand design, and hence it is a mix of everything. So more or less it is called material ecology. So we are talking about material and we are talking about nature and how these things both together evolve. So this is some of the design products that students are working upon. Some of the other examples. This is also student work, interior design student works. These are the 3Ds which the students, interior design students, they are making. Of course, they do the 2D technical details also. Some of the actual work which is displayed inside the university, and actual, life size, full scale models prepared by the students for the furniture. Now these are also displayed. These are also displayed, some of the interior and furniture design student works. Now, earn while you run, it continuously keeps on happening. Like everybody else was saying, our students also keep on happening. Like Hamza from third year, he designed this restaurant, and Sajid Riaz made this kitchen, a residential project on his own, and they were earning while they were here as a student. Some of the glimpses from the workshops. Now, what it tells, this slide basically tells that people have been coming from which kind of companies, like School of Design, like Rhode Island School of Design, USA, aerospace aeronautics expert from USA, and the Boeing. Then Siddharth Sharma from PGIMER Chandigarh, PM Pandey, Dr. PM Pandey. If you search these names, IIT Delhi, Dr. PK Jain, IIT Jabalpur, Subburaj from Singapore University of Technology and Design, they do keep coming on one or the other conference or the workshops. So these are some of the other glimpses, international conferences that we have held. Now, when these kinds of people who are actually into the company, actually into the industry, they come interact with the students here. First, they interact with the whole school, and then individually also they get to know each other. And we can also share their numbers. So it becomes a very good platform for the students to interact with people of such high repute. So these are some of the other glimpses, like IDOT conducted in 2015, 14, 16, 18, 21. Again, some of the glimpses. I do not know if you know, this is Payal Kapoor Visions, who has also designed the Palace on Wheels. So Palace on Wheels, everybody knows about the train. So that Palace on Wheels was designed by Ms. Payal Kapoor. So she keeps coming in. Now she's a part of CAB committee. Like she's a part of our committee, and she keeps interacting with the students also, interacting with the faculty also. So, and we keep developing our syllabi, our workshops, everything accordingly. Then some of the other workshops being conducted here was the 3D printing workshop. Now we conduct 3D printing workshop for industry also. These are for students. Now industry people are also taking this leverage from us. Portfolio management workshops, ergonomics
So I
workshops,
would
glass
request
blowing.
Professor to please be more quick onto that.
Yes, yes. So, and these are some of the careers that you can do: interior, furniture, exhibition, set design, careers in scenography, automobile, packaging, industrial toy, game. These are some of the companies where our students are already placed. So just have a look here. So Asian Paints, XOXO Days, The Kitchens, PVR Cinemas, Pepperfry, some of the star alumni. Now he is making a 2.5 crore annual turnover with his projects, an entrepreneur from our MSc design. Entrepreneur from our B design, he's also, his firm is under the top 3 design firms. He's also earning in lakhs. Javed Parsa has his own 25 restaurant food chains. So entrepreneur again on a different side. Then Kavyansh, Ineet, Harjot, they have been also doing very good. And the Pepperfry, now she's running her own firm. Kavyansh also running her own firm. Harjot also. So running their own firms, they are designing for the people. So hence, thank you very much. This is the details for the Instagram if you would like to follow interior underscore product underscore design, and you will get the glimpses of our school. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you so much. And now quickly we move on to Dr. Chirag for his part, because he's going to take up the very, very important part. That is, we'll talk about money saving. That would be important for all of you. So I would
Okay. I
request
hope my
all
voice is audible, right?
Reva, Rima, Shivani, Subir to be there and see what we have for you. Yes, can you please
So,
put on your presentation in the slide mode?
yeah.
Slide, yeah, it's all okay. Please go ahead.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. I'm going to basically talk about the campus life as well as the eligibility scholarship schemes that we are providing. We have 13 LP students who have represented our basically university and their respective country in Tokyo Olympics 2020. We're talking about the campus life and exposures that we are offering. So first of one of the very prime events that we have conducted was 106th Indian Science Congress, which was inaugurated by none other than our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi. It was conducted in 2009. It was one of the prime events that we conducted. Then we had all the convocations which were honored from various presidents from various countries as well as our respective country as well. So there are many important events, whether it is a start of LPU Startup School, which was inaugurated by Shri Arun Jaitley, and we had various life skill sessions which was conducted in the university itself. After that, from real life heroes to real life heroes, so we had various eminent Bollywood personalities who have visited our respective campus. From Shah Rukh Khan to Mahendra Singh Dhoni, we had various people who have visited our campus. So important part of our entire university is infrastructure. So this is one of the open auditoriums, and we have various three auditoriums. Shanti Devi Mittal Auditorium, which has a capacity of 2,500 people. And then we have a Uni Auditorium, which has a capacity of 350 people, and Unipolis, which has a capacity of more than 20,000 people who can. This is open auditorium, which has a capacity of 3,000 people. Shanti Devi Mittal Auditorium, it is there we can have all the various events, all the important seminars, workshops that is conducted in this auditorium. And we had a uni center that where you can have all the necessary things that you can purchase. Academic resource center, it is termed as you can see over here. Along with that, we have a four-story library there, where you can have all the access of books, and you can study till 12 a.m. if you are a hostler. So we have various infrastructure with Super Bowl facility. You can do all the kind of entertainment activities in the university itself. From we have gym area where you can have all the fitness sessions. It is also available in academic resource center only. Then it's important, it's a prime time that we have good infrastructure such as uni hospital, because this present times we need that support that is actually being provided by our own university. So we have a very good indoor sport complex that takes care of all the activities, all the important sports like badminton, volleyball, basketball. So we're having a stadium, a swimming. That particular center is having 2 swimming pools, huge swimming pools, along with 12 badminton courts, along with the shooting complex and a squash stadium as well. So this is our view of our university. Is a 600 acre plus campus with all the greenery around it. So the residential facility and the security is one of the very important things that we as a university we providing. Firstly, it's a ragging free campus, and it's a very secured campus, because if you have to enter the university, you have to get it via turnstiles on. And residential facilities, we have 1-seater, 2-seater, 3-seater, 4-seater, and luxury apartments. We have 6 girls hostel along with 8 boys hostel as well, and 20,000 plus capacity. We have food options, whether it is standard food, South Indian food, North Indian food. So these kind of facilities we are providing. Apart from, we have a residential facility if you have preferring for 4-seater air cooled rooms. So it is costing 65,000 per annum if you are availing, if you want to avail for EDB benefit. Then again, residential facilities, we have banks in the university, ATMs, Wi-Fi facilities available in the university campus, as well as your hostel rooms, post office facility, gymnasium, as well as hospital and conventional stores, which I explained. So we're talking about UG design programs, as our all panelists have described the same thing. So UG design programs that we are offering are B design program, B design, whether it is film production, gaming, graphics, interior design, multimedia, as well as user experience. We have BSc design, fashion, gaming, graphics, interior and furniture. B design and BSc design are respectively 4 years and 3 years programs that we are offering. So if talking about the eligibility part of it, so we must know that we should have a minimum 50% aggregate marks in +2. Apart from that, we have to qualify either LPU NEST test or national level examination like UCID, NIFT, and NID DAT exams that we have, and it is available in our respective website as well, the eligibility. talking about the fee and scholarship part, we know the fees of UG design programs, especially B design and BSc design programs, is 1,20,000 rupees. So how can you avail scholarship? You have to score good, either whether it is in LPU Nest exam or whether it is in your +2 exam. Obviously, for qualification purpose, for eligibility, you have to qualify LPU Nest. But if you score good in LPU Nest, you can have more scholarship as well. Like for an example, 1,20,000 is the entire fees without scholarship. But the moment you are amongst 80 to 89%, if you're scoring around 80 to 89.99% in +2, or you're qualifying LPU Nest cutoff 3, so you are getting the scholarship of 36,000, and your fee gets reduced to 84,000. So 1,20,000 to 84,000. Apart from that, again, if you get very good score in +2 with 90 to 94.99%, you get the scholarship of 48,000. Your fee gets reduced to 72,000. So see, 1,20,000 you're having if you are not having any scholarship, but the moment you are scoring either in LP Nest cutoff 2 or 90 to 94.9%, again your fee gets reduced to 72,000. So it means you are basically saving 48,000 of yourself per semester. So it depends upon program to program how much it will vary. For BSc design programs, it is a 3-year scholarship scheme that we are offering, and for B design it is 4 years. And again, if you score 50%, if you score around 95% marks, more than 95% marks in +2, or either you come in cutoff LPU Nest cutoff 1, so you basically get the scholarship of 50%. 50% means from 1,20,000 you're saving 60,000 of yours, and 60,000 per semester. We're talking about 1,20,000 per year. 3,60,000 if you are doing 3,60,000 entire scholarship if you are having a BSc design program. So again, the scholarship matters. Again, scholarship depends upon person to person how much they score. The more you score, the more scholarship you will get, and lesser fees you have to pay. So there are different types of scholarship that we are offering, whether it I told you about regarding qualifying exam, which is your +2 exam. Then again, your scholarship as per your LPU Nest or either UCIT examination. We have performance in sports, cultural, if you are good in sports activities as well as cultural activities, again that scholarship is provided to the students, apart from special scholarship that we are providing for toppers of board examinations, and again defense scholarship as well as orphan scholarships that we provide to the student. So if you have qualified LPU Nest, so you can easily go to our website and you can register accordingly, and then by default you can, like for an example, if I show you this, but you can easily go to nest.lpu.in, and over there you can see various design programs that our university is offering. Let me just have a look at the design programs. So easily you can select to B design program. By default, all the information regarding whether it is the information with the information process, fee and scholarship, important dates, everything is available in our respective website. Like if you have qualified LPU Next exam, so again the last date for application in March schedule was 5th of March, which is tomorrow. So again slot booking and online examination we are having starting from 26th January onwards. Date of examination is we are conducting the test from 1st March to 10th March, remotely proctored examination test. Again the display of result is on 14th of March again, and online, because it is type 1 program where LPU Nest is mandatory to be qualified for getting the scholarship. So 14th up to from 14th of March we are going to go with the seat preference, and again that's where your whatever you decide, whether you are going with B design or BSc design, again those kind of things will be considered accordingly. I hope Rishi sir, that sums up the presentation, or if there is any doubt I will take that.
Okay, thank you so much, Chirag sir.
Yeah,
Experts,
thank you.
your years of research, your depth of understanding the topic, and your ability to present the topic in such an interesting way produced one of the most wonderful afternoon for all the attendees. On behalf of all the attendees of this webinar, I want to thank you for your insightful presentation. Hopefully, the attendees found this webinar to be valuable and will be able to utilize the information provided in this webinar. I'm obliged and once again thankful to all the experts strengthening this platform. Signing off for the day. Thank you so much.